Yeah.
Okay. Yo, I'm so excited, man. If I start getting weird, just stop me.
It's all good, man.
Weird is good on this show.
Okay.
Yeah, we get a little weird.
Weird is good
Okay.
on this show.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know we met at Kimmel, and I didn't get a chance to like really. We didn't get a chance to talk. You know. I'm such a fucking huge fan.
Thank
I
you.
can't even like.
Thank you.
I can't even like. I feel like a kid right now, man. Like this is crazy.
I remember I listened to your first album. It was a long time ago. It really didn't go nowhere, but I listened to rap, and I heard you talk about cuss.
Oh yeah.
Record. Yeah, the first album, I believe it was.
Yeah, man. I've seen like pretty much every documentary, every fight I've seen, like everything that's available. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm humbled right now. I feel like a kid again.
Why did you become who you were?
Why did I become who I was?
Yeah. Why would
I-
you want to do this? You know?
I just loved hip hop growing up as a kid. I just, you know, it was like it spoke to me more than any other music I had ever heard before, you know, from early like Ice-T to Fat Boys, and then LL Cool J, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, and it just like I don't know. It was like I didn't first I was a fan of the music, you know what I'm saying, before I even thought about rapping. LL Cool J was the one who made me like first start writing rhymes, and I was like 12, 13 maybe, and it sucked. You know, I wasn't good, but like I had to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. I gave it up for a little while, then I started again back when I was like 15 and started being able to kind of put songs together. And then I just was like, I'm starting to, I was never really good at much else, you know? So I don't know. Once I found out I was decent at something, I just kind of focused and just, you know, went for it.
That's interesting because I remember I was in a juvenile detention center and we heard we heard Rappers Delight. We said, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
How could it be? Because we heard it in the streets in our neighborhood, but we never thought it'd be on the radio.
Yeah.
And it was on the radio. We were like, "What the hell was that?" And we were just all blown away to see that our music was being played on the radio.
Yeah.
You know.
How about the fact that Rappers Delight was like a seven some odd minute song,
Yeah.
and the radio played it. They played it from top to bottom, like.
It was so popular. It was all off the hook.
And then Nucleus jam on it.
Jam on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dum. Yeah.
That was like, yeah. I never really like got into rock and roll or R&B or blues or anything like that. I just like I'd listen to songs on the radio or whatever my mom was listening to in the car, but once hip hop came along, I just felt like, man, this is like, I don't know, I just was all in.
Yeah, hip hop was I just can't even imagine it. It gave you pride.
Yeah.
You know, like us being like the prototype of hip hop. At the beginning of it, it gave us pride to know that our music, people talk the way we talk, was being on television, being on the radio and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave us a lot of pride back then.
Yeah. And it's also like, it's just such a, if you think about like how hip hop from the start of it.
Well, I was there.
Yeah, and then it just like.
Police out in the front of every hip hop club. You got the whole New York police station out in front of the club.
Yeah.
It was just, and if you went to a hip hop club and you were marked, people say, "Oh, yes." Even in your neighborhood, hardcore bebop hip hop, and it's what the fuck you fucking with those niggas for, Mike? That's what they used to say. What you fucking with them for? Even people in the neighborhood, what you fucking with them niggas for? But those was our people. All the criminals, the thieves, we all listened to hip hop. The money makers and everything, the killers, the robbers, all the fucking street urchins. We all listened to that. That's what we listened to. And as soon as we listen to, we enjoy it. But we surveying everything. We're looking at the people with the jewelry, the coats, the clothes, and looking right. And then we're getting ready to get them after the club is over.
Yeah.
And that's just what hip hop was about. All the robbers and thieves would come in there, they enjoy the music, but after it was over, we going to rob.
Yeah.
And that's what hip hop was about.
Yeah. Once Breakin' came out, the movie Breakin', and then Crush Groove and Beat Street, man, it was like,
Yeah.
it just put the whole culture of hip hop on the map in a place where you could see with the music. You know what I'm saying? You had the visual, and you had you know, graffiti.
You must say, "This is my way out" when you saw that. When you
I
started
didn't-
getting good. You must say, "This is my way out."
When I started being able to put songs together, and I started like, you know, figuring out like, well, I might be almost as good as that rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep going, and then I start, you know, I learned so much. Like I studied.
How old were you when that started?
Hip hop. The first time I heard anything, my Uncle Ronnie brought over a tape of the Breakin' soundtrack, and it had Reckless on it from Ice-T. Once upon a time, a DJ's task was just to play records. What more could you ask?
I know colors.
Yeah. Colors was hard. Yeah, my Uncle Ronnie started liking rap before I did, and then he kind of introduced me to it. And right around that time, I think, the movie had just come out, and I saw the movie, and I was like, yo, I love it. And it just, I don't know, it just spoke to me in a way that no other music had spoke to me before.
I understand that.
How old were you when you first started putting it out there? Like started rapping or doing rap battles?
Well, I had a weird trajectory. Like I was afraid, like I was afraid early on, like 15, 16 years old. I was afraid that to go into any clubs or anything like that to say my raps, because I felt like I wasn't good enough yet. So I had to get to a certain spot. And then I was trying to I was just making songs. And one day I got a call from my boy Proof, and he was like, yo, you need to come up to the hip hop shop. And I was like, what is the hip hop shop? And he's like, yo, just come to the hip hop shop, write something, come up here. And Proof, remember Proof, Nani? He ran shit in Detroit. We me and him came up together, and we came up rapping together, but he would kind of go do his own thing, and then I'd be working like at factories and stuff like that, and Proof was out there like on the grind, and he started making connections, and then he met Jay Dilla, Slum Village, and a lot of the early Detroit hip hop that was like exploding onto the scene. Like Proof was such a part of that. And I got a chance to, when I went to the hip hop shop, I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yo, I'll clear everybody out. I'll have like 10 people, right? And you rap in front of them. And if they don't like you, you know, they're gonna tell you they don't like you. if they do like you and they fuck with you, then you know. So I went there, I said the rap. I got some people jumping around and shit, and I was like, okay, this might be it for me. And then that's when we started having battles at the hip hop shop. And we was having like a battle every couple months or something. Yeah, every 2 or 3 months. But every Saturday, I would make sure that I didn't have to work till 4 o'clock because I was going to the hip hop shop every Saturday. So every Saturday for me was, and this is early 20s, was St. Andrews Hall on Friday night. Saturday, hip hop shop. Tuesday, Ebony Showcase. And then
Anybody that knows Showcase, he said, fuck, I gotta battle him tonight. He's here.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. I started battling, and then in the hip hop shop, the first battle that we had there, I won it. But what we was doing, Proof was taking names and he was putting them in a hat. Like, if you want to sign up to battle, you just put your name in the hat. He picks a name, picks another name. So it'd be like Bizarre versus B Flat, and then they'd go at it, and it was, you know, and then me versus whoever. I remember one time I battled Conniver, who was in my group D12, but we weren't a group yet. I battled, Vaughn, and then I just started I met a few people that got me out of just Detroit, and I went to like 97 Scribble Jam, and I went all the way to the end, and then I lost to this guy named Juice, who to this day is still a really good fucking rapper. And I think that he's so good that it's okay that I lost to him. You know what I'm saying? But
what is he do? He's still in Detroit rapping?
no, this was Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Scribble Jam was in Cincinnati. That was 97. And then from there I met Wendy Day, and she put me on her battle team. She had this battle team it was an event in LA called the Rap Olympics. And she put me on that team. I went out to LA and then got in that battle at the Rap Olympics. Went all the way to the end and lost again. The last dude. And I was like super discouraged. I just got evicted from my house. Had to break in through the back of the house.
Shit, yeah.
The dude that we was paying rent to, he wasn't paying the rent with it. So one day this is literally the day before I go to the Rap Olympics and thank God for Wendy Day, man, because she paid for my plane ticket. But that day, we're like, what the I come home from work, me and my boy, and we're like, what the fuck? All our shit is on the lawn.
I know that very well.
So, yeah, so...
Lawn, the eviction, man, and they decorated your fucking lawn with your furniture.
Yeah, and people was rummaging through it and shit.
You gotta wait outside for nobody to take your shit.
Yeah, yep. So that happened, and then I had to break into the back because I had nowhere to stay. So I had to break into the house through the back window, which was my old window. Broke in, slept on the floor, got up the next day, went to the Rap Olympics, and by the first prize was $500. And I needed that $500, man, and I lost. And I was like, I was fucking devastated. And then this kid, Dean Geislinger, walks up to me and he's like, yo, man, you got one of those CDs? And I was like, yeah. And I kind of just tossed it to him, right? And didn't think nothing of it. I didn't know that Dean worked with Jimmy Iovine. So he gave it to Jimmy. Jimmy gave it to Dre. And I'm back in Detroit now, fucked, right? I have nothing, like nowhere to go. And I get the call and I'm like, oh shit, you know, this is about to happen.
Wow. It was fast.
Didn't seem fast, did it, to you, huh?
Nah, I did not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, but I just gotta say, like, bro, you are like a god to me. Like bro, you've done so much in your life, man. It's like just so crazy to be the heavyweight champion at 20 years old.
Well, you're not chopped liver yourself.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm saying though, but I'm just saying, man. Like I don't know. It takes a lot to be the champ. Like it takes a lot, and you know, I remember seeing the first couple fights when I was younger, when you were first like starting to really pop. I had heard about, yo, you seen this guy Mike Tyson? Man, he's knocking motherfuckers out in 10 seconds. Like, and the first fight I saw was which one was the first fight I saw? I think it was with Trevor Burbank.
86, something like that.
And man, you knocked him down 3 times with one punch. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And ever since then, it was like, when you fight, somebody's getting knocked out. It's just a matter of what round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like,
it comes from humble beginnings. You know, I had to, in order to be the champ, I had to get beaten a couple of times.
yeah,
I had to learn.
yeah. Yeah, boxing is hard, man. It's hard. Like, I've been boxing for like 13 years. Just sparring, just messing around. I mess around with Emmanuel Stewart.
Oh,
and
he was the best.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Yeah, man.
He had all the champions back then.
Yeah.
Kronk Jim was just so fucking, man, everybody was coming down here to see the fighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Lewis had all the celebrities coming down. He was the man back then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was such a nice dude, and he would come over. He'd come over to my house, and we spar like twice a week. He'd bring his boxers from the Kronk Gym.
Ooh. I know Ricky Womack, yeah, they were really great fighters.
Yeah, this was...
I remember the amateurs when we were fighting for the Olympics, those guys were really great fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And Emmanuel was like, this was like 12, 13 years ago, right? So he would come over, he would show me the basics, and it took a lot for me to look. It took a long fucking time for me to just learn the basics, right? So then he started like after a couple months of us doing it, and they were just like, you know, up and coming kids and stuff like that would, you know, and just you want to spar with them, and they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got a funny little story. So he's bringing his boxers, and we're probably like 6 months in, and he's bringing his boxers like every week, right? And I'm getting my ass whipped, but I'm staying with him, right? I'm getting some good hits in. I feel a little bit good about myself. So one day he comes over and he brings his boxer from Crunk, and I'm in the house, and I remember like I was on the phone or something. So when I came out, the dude that he brought had his headgear on, right? And and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he's ready. So I put my strap on, my headgear, and we're going at it, and he kicked the shit out of me. Fucked me up. So after we're done, we go like 3 rounds, right? I don't think I got one hit in. After 3 rounds, he takes off his fucking headgear. And I said, man, how old are you? He said, 14. I was like, man, I fucking quit. I'm done. Yeah, man.
You know, it's just it's funny when you say that, because some fighters just they mature real early. They may at 14, 15, they may be the best they ever been, and they're not good anymore.
Yeah.
That's just how it is in life with people. They mature. They peak at a certain age. I peaked at like in my 20s and stuff. Some people peak in their 30s. Some people peak in their teens. It's just weird.
I feel like if you hit me, I would probably die. Like right now. Like I still feel like you could get in there and just fuck people up.
Wow, listen, you feel that way, and I don't even have that in me anymore. I don't even have the mentality to feel like I have to fucking kill everybody's family and stuff. I just don't have that.
Yeah, but I mean, I still feel like you still look like you could punch a fucking brick wall and put a hole in that bitch.
Yeah.
I saw recently, Nani was showing me a video you did where you was just fucking around and you was trying to show these dudes how to.
I think it was a body punch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how you jump to the side real quick, jump to the other side. Like, man, he could get in there right now and fuck up anybody.
Well, because with a lot of people, you say, Mike, let's fight. You just believe that, you know, you can fight at any age fighting. Fighting, yes, you can do forever if you have the desire to do it. Fighting's all about spirit. If you want to do it, you can do it at any age.
Yeah. But it's like, but nobody knocked people out in the way that you did. Like people got knocked out by other fighters, but it was like when they got knocked out by you, they got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it. Every time I hurt somebody and knocked them out, my life gets better.
Yeah.
My life gets better. And
Yeah.
gets better. And so I love hurting people now.
Yeah.
Because my life is getting better, and I'm getting the fucking girl, I'm getting the mansion, I'm getting the planes, I'm getting the boats, I'm getting whatever I want. So hurting is beautiful. And my perception of my life at the time.
Yeah. But it's like to be a fighter though, it's like it takes a special kind of person, it takes a special kind of commitment. You know what I'm saying?
Commitment is it's almost like you almost have to give your happiness up to accomplish your goals.
Right.
Because you're gonna when you do in anything, if you want to be the best garbage can collector in the world, anytime you want to be the best in the world at anything, there's gonna be disappointments.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a lot of competition. And there's going to be guys that peak at younger age that he's going to blow you away when he's a kid. And then you're going to deal with a guy that blows you away when he's an old guy.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come to a time when you're experienced enough, the next thing you know, you start blowing everybody else. Everybody gets their turn.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what it is. Everybody gets their turn.
Yeah, but it's like you're right though, because like for me, rap is like a 24/7 job, and it takes a lot of dedication, right? And you just stay sharp with the pen and stuff like that. But it's a different kind of discipline to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the balls to get in the ring and fight in the first place.
Listen, you know why I used to love anybody that gets in the fucking ring, because you just think about it. As human beings, what fighters do, we avoid all of our life. Getting into a fight. And that's what a guy does every day of his life. He fights every day of his life, and we avoid that shit.
Yeah.
It's humiliating if you're not on the right side, and if you don't know how to fight and then you still win, it's humiliating.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause you're gonna get hurt. You know,
Right.
so people avoid fighting. You know,
Yeah.
it's not normal. People are not supposed to fight. People are not structured to fight. Our hands are not developed to fight. Even for a boxer, they break. That's why we have to wrap them up and everything. We just not human beings are not designed to fight.
Yeah.
But we do it all. It's just part of our DNA. To kill one another is just DNA. Who we are is part of our. Any form of murder is a form of self-hate.
Yeah.
You know, when you kill another person and stuff, it's you reflecting on yourself, how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting though. It's like, you know, boxing is just like coming up when I was a kid, I got my ass kicked a lot. I fought, I lost, I fought, I won. You know what I'm saying? And and there was a point in time where I started getting in enough fights and winning enough fights that I felt confident.